All right, what's up, guys? In today's video, we are going to go over the Niners QB situation. I know it has been crazy offseason here, especially for Niners fans, and the number one question you always get as a Niner fan is who is going to be the starter for the San Francisco 49ers this upcoming season? Is it going to be Sam Darnold? Is it going to be Trey Lance? Is it going to be Brock Purdy? Those are the main three. Those are our three QBs. But every day lately, you've been seeing reports like a couple days ago, and I still see him to this day. Trey Lance is looking amazing in camp. Look, throwing great, hitting his reads, just looking healthy, looking strong, looking smarter, making the right decision. But the thing is, it is camp after all. He's not playing against. I was just about to say he's not playing against elite defenses, but actually he really is. But it is camp. They're not going 100%. Me personally, I would love to see Trey Lance start week number 1. I would love to hear what you guys think. Throw it in the comments who you guys think should start. But I do want to see Trey Lance start for the only reason is that he got injured very early in the season last year. He was our third draft pick. We picked him third in the draft, first round. So we still want to see if he got it. We don't know. Yes, he wasn't the greatest in his first start there as a Niner, but he had some glimpses of him being really good and something like, ooh, maybe we got something here. But then when we got that injury, it just went all downhill from there as far as his injury. But we had the shining light. He came from the heavens, Brock Purdy, and I am a Brock Purdy fan. I'm the number one Brock Purdy fan. So, of course, I would love for him to just play all season long, stay healthy, play amazing, and that is that. But I don't think it's going to go that way. As you can see right there on the screen, Purdy's throw impressing the 49ers. So, that's always great to hear, but he's just throwing the ball. Like, I'm sure he's throwing it to receivers and all that, throwing maybe some routes, but he's just throwing the ball. We have I'm going to pull up this article here. 49ers incredibly encouraged by Purdy's first throwing session. And let's just remember, this is his first throwing session. I'm sure he's not going up against defenses or our defense in these throwing sessions. It's probably very, very basic, just throwing the ball. How does your elbow feel? How does everything feel? That's all it is. So we don't want to get too excited from this, but obviously we are very excited just to hear that he's throwing the ball. And, from what we know, he is not, hurting. His elbow's not hurting. So let's listen to this from John Lynch really quick here, talking about Purdy.
He's hitting all the markers. It's a little difficult in that this doesn't happen
Well,
players as much as it does in baseball, which his surgeon is a surgeon who primarily it's why he's so experienced in Major League Baseball. And I think Brock was smart, and we kind of facilitated that he met with a bunch of different surgeons. Dr. Meister, the Texas Rangers doctor, is the one that he chose because of his vast experience and expertise with this injury. There's certain markers that you hit. He was 12 weeks out, and that meant it was time to throw. He did so and responded really well. He's just had one session thus far, but we're incredibly encouraged by that. And Brock's a worker. If you give him a task, he's gonna do everything in his power. So these are just timelines, and timelines are just that. They're guidelines. But he's when I say tracking well, it's just he's hitting all his markers, and it doesn't surprise us because he's putting in the work. And as for best case scenario, we're just going to kind of take it as it comes. But I mean, the hope is he's ready for training camp. The hope is he's ready for the regular season. But what I can tell you is, I mentioned Trey, I mentioned Sam. We feel good about that position holistically. So we're not going to do anything to put, Brock not in a in a situation where he's not fully healed. And that means not just getting back, getting reps under your belt, the whole deal. So we'll take it as it comes, as we're doing. He's working incredibly hard, and the early returns are really good. So hitting all the timelines. He's hitting all the markers.
So there you go, guys. You heard it there from John Lynch, and exactly what he said. He's hitting all the markers. He's He's doing what he's supposed to be doing at this stage of the game, at this stage of the season, the off season, and that's what we want to hear as Niner fans. But we don't want to rush it. We just don't want to rush him coming in. Like I said, I love Brock Purdy. I want him to be amazing this season and be our guy. But if that means rushing him to play week 1 on the road against the Steelers, I don't think that's the right move. I know the argument is like, well, do you want to win? Do you want to win on the road? Brock Purdy will do that for us. Yes, he probably would give us a pretty solid chance, but how would you feel if we brought Brock Purdy in week 1 and something happens? I don't want to jinx anything, but something happens where he gets hit hard, his elbow starts hurting again, and it's week 1 of the season. So do you want that to happen week 1 or anything like that to happen? I just don't want to risk it. I say Trey Lance. He spent the whole season pretty much. He got surgery and he was healing his foot himself. So, do you want to risk that with Brock Purdy so early in our season? We know what it's like to lose all our quarterbacks in a season, and it's not fun. So, yes, we have Sam Darnold. He is gonna be our second string week 1. I know a lot of people are also saying that Sam Darnold could start week 1, which I'd be curious to know what you guys think about that. But I think Lance has proven to us he's ready to play. At least he's rehabbed and ready to play. So why not give him a shot? The fans are always going to be curious. What if Trey Lance could be amazing for us? So we got to find out. And we got to give him the true test on the road. I know we gave him the test on the road week 1 against the Bears. We lost. It was a close game. It was a weird game. Windy, rainy. It was just a terrible scenario. Hopefully we don't have bad weather in Pittsburgh, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do. So I just want to hear your guys' opinions here about who you guys think will be the starter for week 1 for the Niners. Of course, long term, we want Brock Purdy. But we're going to be stuck in a situation where, say Trey Lance comes into the game, or comes into the season week 1, beats the Steelers. Let's say he has a great game, or even a mediocre, or not even a mediocre game, but just a solid game. Maybe 2 touchdowns, maybe even throws 1 pick, but 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. We win the game. Maybe he has like 25 yards, 30 yards rushing. And we win the game. We beat the Steelers on the road. Now there's going to be so much controversy. Oh, now who starts week 2? We got Brock Purdy. He's healthy. He's ready to go week 2. But at this point, you just got to go with a winning hand. So it's going to be a tough situation. It's like, what if Trey Lance keeps winning the first 2 to 3 games of the season and Brock Purdy just sitting on the sideline? We got to look at the positive, though. It's like, okay, well, if Brock Purdy's sitting, more time to learn, because he is a rookie after all, or he was a rookie after all. So this is only Brock Purdy's second year. So you got to give him that. Same with Trey Lance. It would be his second year starting, but almost maybe his first full year if he stays healthy. But that's the thing. It's like, we can't be mad, obviously, if Trey Lance is winning. So we got to be happy that he's winning. And we just got to live with it, Brock Purdy being our second string. But if Trey Lance is doing horrible, you know what's up. And it's a crappy spot for Trey Lance to be in. It's like your string of hope is this small to do good, or to stay a starter as a Niner quarterback. And if you screw that up, if you lose 1 game, even just losing 1 game, 49er fans will be all over Trey Lance take Trey Lance out, put Purdy in, let him be our starter. So it kind of sucks for Trey Lance for the spot he's in, but there's kind of no room for error here for Trey Lance. And looking around, I was looking at Ayuk here, and he's ready to go. He said something earlier. He believes he's underrated, and he said he's about to take off. Let's listen to that really quick.
So much was made of your evolution of your career the first 3 years. What's now new as you're this much more experienced coming into the season?
I'm about to take off. That's it.
You did this offseason that you're the fourth option on a run first team. Do you feel overlooked, underrated?
For sure. For sure, yeah. I feel, yeah, I mean, that's been my whole life. That's just how it's been. But I feel like it's supposed to be that way. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated, keeps me angry, I just to say that in a sense. So even times when I'm not, I told them all the time, like, I get myself mad at them just because I need a little extra motivation. So, yeah.
So there you go. I mean, he's being completely honest. Ayuk is being completely honest. But the good thing is he does have a good, he does play well, and he has a good chemistry with Trey Lance. So if Trey Lance is the number one starter here going into the season, look for Ayuk to go off, like he said. And I would, I'm a sports bettor. I would be betting on Ayuk to have some solid games here. Obviously, we got so many freaking weapons, so it could be Kittle, Samuel. There's so many. I'm blanking on all of them. Kittle, Samuel, McCaffrey, third and one, baby. We go to third and one. There's just so many. We're going to have some new ones. We got some new guys drafted, some receivers. And I'm really I just can't wait to watch the 49ers defense this season. It was fun to watch last season. We were number one, but we didn't get worse. Yes, we lost a few guys, Ward, and Tart, but we kind of made up for it in the draft. So we'll see how our rookies do. But yeah, I want to hear from you guys in the comments. This is the let me pause this. But this is the kind of the update here for the Niners QB situation. Every day we hear Trey Lance is throwing good. Every day we hear, well, now we're hearing Purdy's throwing good. So, you rarely hear, oh, Purdy's throwing bad in practice or Trey Lance throwing bad. Sometimes you'll hear that report, but in the offseason like this, it keeps fans optimistic. So you don't want to get your hopes up too much with this situation, but I'm curious for you guys to let me know what you guys think about the 49ers QB situation. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. More videos to come like this and more live streams. We're going to be betting on sports and talking sports. So feel free to subscribe, post in the comments, like the video. Thank you guys. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. See you guys on the next video. Peace.